It's half off day at Savers, isn't it, Dawn?
Oh, yeah.
We don't come here that often, but when we do, we like it to be half off day. Half off day is the only day you're really going to get some good deals.
Well, 25% off.
Yeah, we go there. I went the other day, so what am I saying? But realistically, half off day is the best day. So I'm hoping we find some deals, something we can make, I don't know, millions, trillions, billions, hundreds, a couple bucks. Always like finding Christmas peanut stuff. Last year, I think it was, we found some of these band musical Christmas Peanuts figures. They were like Hallmarks, and they sold for a ton of money, hundreds of dollars a piece. I'll put some comps up here so you can see what they do sell for. That one wasn't worth much. This was a Jimmy. We didn't end up getting it. Jimmy is a good brand to look out for. They make a lot of animated electronic plushes and figures and stuff, a lot of holiday stuff, so keep an eye out for it. This is insane. Check this out. These are kind of generic, but that's probably what they were new, 20, 30 bucks. And I dropped it. I always drop stuff. I'm leaving that in there. It's real. Cookie jars can be some good money. They're heavy. You always want to check for chips. This had several chips on it, so I didn't even investigate further, but they can sell for some good money, especially the old vintage ones, much like anything else. This, I wasn't sure what it was offhand, other than a lightsaber. I wasn't sure which one it was. I haven't seen this color combination, so I did some research, and it turned out to be Mace Windu's lightsaber. That was dual, two sides, and that didn't have the other side, so if that was complete at the price they were asking, it would have been a pickup for sure. I kind of take this as a bad sign when I see this many of the same item over and over. This little plush from A Secret Life of Pets. Basically, they were like, with the discount, would have cost me a little under $1 a piece, but I decided to pass. I didn't even look into it. There's so many of them available. They donated them, so they're probably not worth that much. I'm a sucker for sports cards. I'm going to get a couple of these for fun to open. I probably will end up selling a few cards and at least make my money back. But you know what? When you're doing this full time, you got to enjoy yourself. I ended up getting this one because it had some shiny late 90s, I think, finest cards, which could be decent. And this one had a bunch of 1985 cards, which are a little harder to find. So I'm going to open those and have some fun. Of course, I found another bag that I hadn't searched. This has some 1988 Donruss and some 90s stuff. You know, I decided to pass. 1988 is not a good year for sports cards in general, except for football. Bo Jackson rookie year for football. These look like Transformers, but they looked a little bit cheaper, like not official Transformers, so I passed. This was interesting. It was $10.49, half off. Nike's Tennessee Lady Volunteers basketball shorts, so like $5.25. Couldn't find anything exactly like them. It has a back pocket, which is interesting. I think these are like $20, $25 basketball shorts. That's my guess, so I'm going to pick those up. Since I found a pretty interesting pair of Nike shorts, I'm going to look thoroughly here through these shorts to see if I find some more Nikes or maybe a cool NBA pair of shorts, but I didn't find any. On to the shoe section. I'm a lot pickier than normal. Because I've been going to the bins a lot, and I can get these shoes for under $2 a piece. The tread on that, even at the bins, I wouldn't have picked that up because the tread was shot. These, based on their price, I didn't pick them up. They're a little worn. At the bins, at under $2, I would have picked those up. Could only find that one Nike. Could never find the other one. Here's a pair of, I think, Nike Air Maxes, but something was off and funny about them. I could be wrong. They seem like they could possibly be fake. These were a good deal and in decent condition, about $3.49 or $3.75 after the discount, or like $4-ish. But I saw them as low as $15 on eBay. That was borderline. I could have bought those and made a few dollars, but ultimately just didn't want to get them at that price. I'm still checking every greeting card I can find because we had that massive Betsy Clark $5 bag we got in Maryland that we sold for over $500. We made a lot of money. So some of the vintage stuff, apparently, I didn't even know this. I knew it was worth getting at $5. Did not know they were that expensive. This was cool. Nike looked semi-vintage. It isn't vintage. And, you know, that would be a great bins pickup again. That's probably going to go for 15 or 20 bucks. But there I was going to pay 7 or 8. So it just wasn't worth having to wait just to make a few dollars. Shout out to Pomona. That's where I was born and raised for the first 10 years of my life before I went to Utah. And now I'm in Vegas. But I have a soft spot for Pomona, California, so it's nice seeing that. So we went to a preseason hockey game here in Vegas, the Golden Knights, and they were handing out statues like this. Not of this guy. This is the coach. So I knew this immediately when I saw it, that it was a stadium giveaway. They're asking $250. This isn't a big ticket item, but I should get around $9 to like $12 plus shipping on it. Brass stuff, vintage especially, can sell really well. This is a brass candlestick holder, little mouse with a book. $4. I think we should do probably, I'd guess like 15 or 20 bucks on that plus shipping. Up next, we're going to hit up the Charleston Savers here in Las Vegas. Let's see how we do. This Savers typically has a pretty good shoe section. This doesn't have any soles in it, any cushions, insoles. This Nike pair right here was a little too beat up. Once again, some of these issues I might get these shoes still if I was paying super low for them, like at the bins. But here, when you got to pay up even on half off day, it's better just to be careful. That's a good looking pair of shoes right there, but once again, just a little bit too much wear for my liking. Next up, we got a pair of New Balance 420 version 4s, $18.99 half off. Still just not quite worth it. These Nikes I was pretty excited about, but they had a little bit of an issue. If they were priced well, maybe I would have got them, but they would have been $12.50 with that condition issue. I decided to pass. These were super cheap. These are vintage Iversons, and they would have only cost me like $3 or $4, but they were super worn. I'm not sure if I made a mistake on that, the vintage Answer shoes. Maybe I should have picked those up and still been able to get some money for them. What do you guys think? Some more New Balance stuff. Once again, if I'm paying like $2, $3, $4 a piece on these shoes, I consider it that would have been a little bit more, even on half off day. This one struck me as weird. I don't know. I had a weird vibe. I could be totally wrong that this was a fake. I don't know why that swoosh in the front, I couldn't find anything quite like it on eBay or Google. I could be wrong, but I just decided, when in doubt, just to stay away from that. This is another cool jersey, Jake Plummer, but it had no tag, no bottom tag either. I think it's real, but it was just too beat up to buy. This was probably the best find that I found at this thrift store. This is a SpongeBob Santa Cruz collab sweatshirt. The prices were kind of all over the place on this. Looks like I can get about $20 to $40 on this, plus shipping. They were only asking about $5. So half off day at Savers is not a nationwide thing. I believe it's only in Las Vegas, Nevada here where they have it. They might have, half off days on different days of the week, or maybe on Monday in different parts of the U.S. Each Savers, kind of like Goodwill, is kind of governed by their local area. So if you're ever in Las Vegas and you want to take a break from the casinos and all of the stuff on the Strip, both of those thrift stores I went to today are right by the Strip, not that far away. And on Monday, it's half off day. On Thursday, it's 25% off day. So you can find some deals. What I love to find, and I haven't honestly found a lot lately here at these two Savers, are the toy bags. Good toy bags filled with, Marvel Legends and DC Multiverse action figures, or maybe just big bags of sports cards. Also, when you find a good jersey or a good hat or a good pair of shoes at half off, a lot of them could be worth buying at that price. But ultimately today, I'd say the best find was that Santa Cruz SpongeBob hoodie sweatshirt. I saw one as low as $20 plus shipping and one as high as $75, and a lot of them in that $35, $40 range. So I think I'm going to ask about $40. With the half off, it was like $5.25. So $5.25 into 40 after fees. I'm gonna 6 times my money, make around $30 after that. So I can't complain about a find like that at a regular thrift store. But I'm, a little bit spoiled right now going to the bins all the time. The prices are so much better at the bins, and also the prices, at a garage sale are a lot better.